Nigeria is today not a federal system. Let's stop lying to ourselves. The word federal was brought to life by the American election. Each state has its own electoral body because it is essentially a country within a larger country. That was what our fathers agreed. Nobody agreed a situation where a clueless man will sit down inside a rock in Aso and begin to issue edicts and diktats to every other person. Nobody signed on for that in 1960. All the constitutional conferences beginning from 1948 all the way to the 1951, all the way to 1960, each and every one of them was very clear and unambiguous. Nigeria was meant to be a federal system based on parliamentary democracy. It wasn't by accident that our fathers settled on parliamentary democracy. They wanted to make democracy as close to the people as it could be. So it simply meant that if you're a parliamentarian, you knew your people knew you. It was the aggregation of the parliamentarians that determined who became the prime minister, and they were also the ones at the regional level who determined who became the premier. So democracy was devolved. It was easier for the people to become involved. What we have today is not a democracy. What we have today is not a federation. We've just become a nation of liars who readily accept every lie that we are told.
Dele, a lot of people are quick to argue with you that even if we had it right with a parliamentary democracy, but look at the elections prior to independence, that leadership was skewed to a certain area and the government of national unity was formed with a certain area. And it had to be that way because this was the British contraption. And so some will also argue with you, maybe anyway, if it's simplistic, that, if it was that good, why did we have the wear-tear killings of the 60s that made the young guys in the military say they want to liberate their country? If it was that good, why did we still have the likes of Omini Jojo and Okotiebo? If it was that good.
See, when people bring these facile arguments, they are not simplistic, they're actually quite facile. I quickly point out something to most Nigerian commentators. There is a deficiency in our educational system, and it's a deliberate deficiency. Our rulers, having nothing to be proud of, quickly ensured that history ceased being taught in our schools. What you just said is not completely correct. Let me try and break it down for you. The wear-tear phenomenon in the Western region is a result of something else. You can't treat it in isolation. You have to look to the TV riots. You have to look to the Jos riots. An hegemony lost power or would have lost power if it did not find a counterbalance in the West. That hegemony was the one that encouraged the split in the AG. Not that there weren't